Hello everyone, my name is Bygl, and welcome back to another episode here from the Let's Play series. No, cow, you're ruining everything, you're just gonna get yourself killed. Oh my goodness, you fool. Oh, you actually killed it, oh my goodness. You know, I actually needed that cow, mister. Or should I say missus, sorry. Alright, I finally did it. I had this pillager stuck here for like months, maybe over a year actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Probably way over a year. Anyway, now finally I can get rid of this whole mess that I built here. And we have a disarmed pillager that can just roam around the world freely. I named them Margaret, so I'm probably gonna be doing this quite a bunch. Like, I wanna just have a bunch of pillagers just randomly walking around the world. Kinda like this. Can you open doors? You cannot open doors because you're considered hostile. Okay. I know that every country doesn't do this, but here we kinda celebrate like a name day, so every single day has a name that celebrates at that time. And today, when I'm recording this, the name day is for Margaret, who decided to become a bodyguard of this door for some reason. There you go. Very good, very good. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do like one pillager every day when I'm playing on the world. And over time, we're probably gonna get a bunch of these walking around. And I decided that we're gonna do the first pillager with the flag or the banner on the top, so we know that this is the very first one that we ever did. And I'm probably not gonna do another banner one ever again. In fact, when I walk this way, you're gonna be able to see that I actually caught quite a handful of pillagers right here behind the music making machine. So let me just fly around. And yeah, here they are. I also made a small subtle change to the Compendium project between episodes. I don't know if you can notice it, it's kinda just in the background. It probably mostly looks the same around here, but now I have mossified quite a large chunk of the surrounding area. Before this wasn't a moss, any of this, and now when we fly away we will be able to see that there's moss right about almost everywhere in the central area. And I'm probably gonna keep doing this as the Compendium project expands. I was just thinking like if this is like a big change, like if it's gonna be too jarring to have the moss here, but honestly it blends in really well. I've also been breeding up the frogs like I said I would, but they disperse so incredibly quickly. I probably have like 12 frogs now, if I had to guess, and there's a few of them here in the Compendium, but most of them have walked away into the distance at this point. There's also one over here, and I don't think I see any other ones anywhere close by. So we've been doing a lot of stuff here in the Compendium as of late, and I'm liking it. I love how the place is slowly evolving and getting better and better by the episode. But I think we should move on and do some other stuff in the other parts of the world as well. And I'm kind of planning to do a world tour for the next episode as well. So we need to do a big cleanup of all of the surrounding areas too. Because everyone's gonna think that we are filthy for, you know, just leaving all of those shulkers around and just random unfinished junk that I always leave around. So we're probably gonna need to clean that up a little bit. There's a few projects that I have in mind that need that. But before we do that, I just wanna quickly try something out that I wanted to do for a while as well. How does this look? Let's take a peek. That's not too bad. So this is what we're gonna try to do. By the way, this is my creative testing world. Welcome, welcome. It's a huge mess, I know. One of which redstone testing world isn't a huge mess, right? Anyway, yeah, this is a cool thing. If you have fences like this, the creeper can't actually walk through the edges. Well, maybe they can, but they kind of think like that they're stuck because they consider the fence as a full block, I believe. So they think this is basically just a block and that they can't do anything about it. Give me game mode creative, there we go. But if we do that, we can actually freely walk around through here, even through here. And I think if we push them out, then they become able to roam around again. But if we manage to push them back in, and we give ourselves survival, whoop, yeah, they will not actually try to walk through the gap, which is really cool. Okay, so what we're trying to do here should be relatively obvious, I hope. I just need to somehow safely apply the... Oh, maybe I should probably... maybe I should probably rename the name tag. That sounds like a good idea. And let's do something cool like Compendium Creeper. Aha, okay. I'm just gonna do it. Okay. So far so good. And now we break the boat with the help of this. Yeah, there we go. And we just need to lead him into the correct area, and we should have one of the most volatile but beautiful decorations to ever exist. We actually have done this before. This was actually the plan from the get-go with the Compendium project. If you see, we have actually some decorational creepers on those walls as well. I still need to do the other walls too. Where did he go? Okay, this is kind of terrifying. Of course, I stop looking at a renamed creeper for 5 seconds and he decides to disappear. Okay, the plan is to jump down and then to just walk through the fence area, and we should... I can't get in! There's a fence! I placed the fence there! My tree! I didn't even try to walk into the cage before. Oh, what a blunder. Boom. Okay, let's do this. Wait for the last second. Jump down. Oh. My god, okay, well, that's a blunder. Oh. Okay, no. Oh, why? Just go in. You know, I always say that mob wrangling is my least favorite part of the game. I know it's completely optional in a sense, but I mean, everything is completely optional in a sense, but man, sometimes they make me pull out my hair. Didn't think I'd be doing this today, I'm gonna tell you that. Whoop. Please pathfind to this block. Please stop trying to go there. I think it's the bush that's messing up all of the mobs. They always have trouble pathfinding around the bushes. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I'm seeing them get stuck on these all the time. Hello? Did they fall back down? Of course they did. This is one of the most terrifying things I've ever done. Oh! Don't you do that on me. I wonder, maybe if I gave him a trap door here, he would want to walk on that and I could flick it and he'll fall down. Let's try it out. You wanna walk on the trapdoor, sir? Hello? Oh, please, for the love of all, step on this little thing and all suffering will be ended. Hello, you see me? Hello? Walk this way. No? Oh! Oh! Where did you go? Oh, okay, that's actually decent. Oh, come on, get out of that way! I mean, stay there, but also, like... why did I decide to do this? Okay. Okay. And... boom! Done! Dusted. Oh my goodness. Look at this distinguished gentleman. Look at the way he's sitting. Yes, very distinguished indeed. Okay, we're gonna do a few more. I really wanna have a few of them hanging off of the big tree farm thing place that we have. I'm already preparing a small one over there. We're probably gonna have one over there as well. We're gonna give them like different height variations, so it looks really cool. What? Oh! He ignored the trapdoors! What an absolute legend! But he should be able to fall down here safely. Now! Perfect. And go! Perfect! I am a genius, I say. Genius! I love that so freaking much, having those creepers over there. Oh my goodness, I think that is the perfect thing this place needed. Now it properly looks like a finished build. Beautiful, amazing, good stuff. Also, a billion frogs have appeared down below this tree. I've just been breeding them up over time, and yeah, apparently there's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, yeah, 7. It's getting better. The frog situation is definitely getting better. One other thing that you probably just saw as well is that I finished this thing. Now we actually have a creeper in this spot and a creeper in that spot as well. Before, these towers were just empty, but now I finally added those 2 creepers in those spots, and now all of the 4 towers are occupied by renamed creepers. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the situation the Compendium project is in. There are just a few small things that I really want to quickly get out of the way before we move on to other projects today, such as this. Can't have this type of stuff at the World Tour in the next episode, I'm gonna tell you that much. I mean, this is kinda understandable, having like creeper holes in your base. More importantly though, having stuff like this. Yeah, I probably don't wanna show this to other people. I'm gonna get rid of this tree trunk that I never finished real quick. Let's do a very quick speed round of our other project as well, just so I know that I don't have any filth here. And of course, the first place I come to... Oh my goodness, okay, let me get rid of this. Oh my goodness. I actually kind of like having this chest here all in all, though it's been here so long I actually might keep it. How does... Oh my goodness. This hill definitely needs at least a little bit of love. The diamond cave looks pretty much as it should. Gonna check on the outpost very quickly, haven't been there in a while. Seems to be relatively good, but I remember there something being wrong in this room up here. Oh yeah. I have to say, guys, I'm actually starting to get better at the whole ender sorter thing. Finally, I have some shulkers that are organized like this properly, and I actually can leave them off at the ender sorter so they can get filled up. And so I now just need to place this here. I don't need to go all the way back to the base to get a single piece of cactus. Now I have it conveniently stored in here. I'm starting to like the whole ender sorter thing. It's very hard for me to properly get it right, but once you actually get yourself to properly sort all of the contents of your ender chest properly, it actually starts working relatively well, let me tell ya. Stone pressure plate goes in this spot, and the thing is done. Oh my goodness, we had a fox in this boat for what feels like over 2 years at this point. But there's an untamed wolf here now? Do untamed wolves actually attack foxes? Is that a thing? Also, we definitely don't need this anymore here. A lot of junk in the wastelands. I do come here a lot though. I do have like a tree farming spot, so I might keep this here actually. I also made some very small changes to our world sorter over here. Before we kinda had like a weird double tick thing clock. I don't know if I can show you the redstone, it's kinda like over here. Yeah, there was like a observer clock thing, it didn't really work very well. So I replaced it with this comparator clock thing. And seems to work better. Definitely less annoying to listen to. Alright, that was pretty good. Most of the small things, I would say, are pretty much done. However, there are a few big things that irk me, especially here in Spruce Town. That is kind of the reason why we kinda neglected this part of our world for a little bit, because there's a lot of small things that I really didn't know how to fit into a video. For example, this portal just having a hollow inside that you can see straight through the portal doesn't really look that good, does it? It is a small difference, but it makes a huge impact, at least for me, because I see this portal all the time when I fly around, right? So this is really nice to see this being this way. Anyway, we're gonna move on. There are a lot of things that we need to do. One of such things being the pathway down here into the iron farm. This thing, I have to visit like at the iron farm every once in a while to check the iron supply if I need to like craft some blocks because it is full, right? This just makes me so mad seeing this every single time. This is just pure stone wall to get down, so we're gonna change that real quick with something simple, probably something like having a beam, a spruce beam like this, and then let's do something like really simple, really old school, just some stone bricks like this. It's a pretty small change, but overall I think that is way better. It looks definitely way more finished, way more polished. Anyway, there are a few things that I want to do at the actual iron farm as well, especially over here. So we had this little nook here for a while. I didn't really know what to do with it, and as you can see, I already did something with it. Yeah, I realized that we haven't even built a redstone elevator in our world yet. Well, at least not a proper one. And I decided that this would be a good space to build one at. So I actually wanted to kind of do it on camera, but I also didn't really know what kind of design I wanted to go for. But this is what I came up with, and I think it turned out pretty good. So basically we have like 2 observers detecting a change on the redstone line down here, and it's basically just a single line of observers that travels up, and that activates a redstone block extender on this side and a slime block piston thingy on this side. And before I go in depth into explaining how this works, how about I do a little bit of an example run. Aha! That's pretty good, right? I think that works really well. And you can also go back down like this. You kinda need to wait until you stop jumping, sadly, but that's fine. But yeah, I think this works pretty well. It's really simple. It's literally just observers going into a dropper or a dispenser or any kind of block that can change, that the observer can detect, and it also powers the piston. As long as that happens, you can put anything over here. Droppers work relatively well, I would say. This just extends the redstone block, and then this is pretty cool. I'm kind of proud of this idea. We have a slime block that we actually use to bounce off of, but that slime block also moves the piston. So instead of having like a piston down here, we just move the slime block. The piston sticks to it as it moves, and then we can use the slime block to jump off of. And this is what the redstone block is for. This moves here, and then we are propelled upwards. And if you guys want to copy this, it's really simple. Just have the observer line like this. On the bottom you need to have the blocks a little bit closer, so here it's like 3 blocks, and then you have the redstone block piston. Once you go a little bit higher up, you can do 5 blocks every single time. And also, if you don't do this, it's gonna be too quick as you're traveling upwards, and it's not gonna let you jump off of the slime block. It's just gonna push you out of the way. So what you need to do is you need to do a few observers, and then you need to do like a delay. So this is what I came up with to make a little bit of delay. I have 3 observers like this, then this one is detected by this one, which is detected by this one, which is detected by this one, and then it travels up, and that is basically the perfect timing to make this thing work like this. And it never gets old. It never gets old using this thing. And voila, now we just fall down. This is how it looks. Put in some glazed terracotta around the slime so it doesn't stick to it, like so. It's not the best look, is it? But it's way better than what we had before, and it works, it's practical. And now I'm realizing that we could probably just power this block instead of having a redstone block showing, and that would power the piston and it would get extended. So yeah. That could probably be a way better design to do it that way, but we already built it this way and I don't really want to redo it. And I'm kind of starting to get familiar with the redstone blocks being there, so it's not too bad. Anyway, since we're already at the iron farm, right, we might as well do a few more things in here, because like this thing is not finished still. When did we work on this? In like episode 45? And it's about to be like episode 75, so 30 episodes apart. I think it's a fair time to start finally finishing this thing up. So if you guys remember, this is actually also a slime farm. We have a slime chunk or two somewhere around here. We just need to dig out a area so they can actually spawn here. And yeah, I don't actually know where the slime chunks are. It's not really built properly. It's not. We aren't really using like any slime locator apps outside of the game or anything for this. I'm just gonna dig out a area and we're gonna probably, hopefully, get a few passive slimes to wander into the water stream so we can get some slime. Because all of the slime that we do have in our world is actually just from me killing them manually, so yeah, maybe we could do this so we actually have a passive income. And with that we are done. Now the ceiling is completely stone, all of those slime spawning areas that we now have are also stone. There's a few issues with the iron golem spawning now that I made some adjustments I can see. Yeah, I don't really like the glass being here. The glass needs to be there to like prevent the water from letting them stay in the middle, because there would be like still water instead of flowing water over there, and that would make them stack. But apparently this is even worse than what we had before, so yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. I'm just gonna fix it like this. That should probably make them unable to get stuck, because when they get pushed over here, actually they might still get stuck. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's not like we're hurting for iron anyway, so if this iron farm does break for a while, we still have a huge pile up that we can use. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, we're running out of time a little bit, but we still have time for one more thing that I really want to do. And it involves this little thing. Who knows what this building is for? Anyone who can answer is gonna get 5 bonus points to something, I guess, because I don't really have anywhere I could assign those points to. Anyway, yeah, this building is actually empty. There's nothing here at all. The plan was to build like a AFK fishing farm in this spot somewhere, but yeah, those got removed from the game by the time we built this, so it's kind of a purposeless building now. And it looks really bad. I really don't like how it looks, like with the terracotta sticking out of the sides there, and this wall design is kind of weird. And it's kind of empty, and even this like bay area, this whole thing is built on like a lower slab for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to figure out some upgrades for this building. We haven't really built anything new in Spruce Town in a very long time, and I just want to see how like some of the more modern ideas that I now have would look on a building, especially a very simple building like this, because this is literally just a rectangle with a roof slapped on top of it. So, oh, look at these Endermen. Look at all the places they can leave their stuff behind that. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever, distractions. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out some upgrades for this building, and I'm also gonna remove this whole bay area, and I'm actually gonna move it a block up above. Alright, this is exciting. I think we're gonna do a really nice bit of renovating on this building over here, because I'm already loving the new shapes that I'm adding onto this. Anyway, just a quick tangent about what I did with the bay here, or the dock, or the whatever this thing would be called, a wharf. I don't know, there's so many different words for like waterside areas in English. I barely know half of them. But yeah, we have like some, like these pillars are now evenly jutted out. Like some of these were like 4 blocks away, then 5 blocks away, then 4 blocks away. So they're now kind of evenishly split apart, most of the time at least. We have some stripped logs. It's no longer on the slab level, it's on the top normal block level, so adding decorations is gonna be way simpler. I also broke this like oak ring. I'm kinda starting to dislike it being here. I know it's been here for such a long time, I kinda shouldn't be moving it around, but honestly, I don't really like it here. Like, it's called Spruce Town, not Oak Town. I don't know why I built it out of oak in the first place. I don't think I had the idea for Spruce Town by the time I built it anyway. I think that might be the reason. But yeah, I connected up the pathway here. This now connects up all the way to the diamond cave, all the way over here. Well, it doesn't really connect up, but I mean, it's the pathway that's supposed to lead there, right? Now we can go full out on decorating this build. So I added just a bunch of fun shapes to the side, like we have this tall rectangle on this spot with a slanted roof. That's gonna give it a little bit of variety, because basically every single roof in this place is kind of similar-ish. It's like a too wide spruce border and a terracotta roof, so instead we're gonna do something lighter this time. Also, we're gonna have a part jut out in this spot, also a very tiny area in this spot. We're gonna have a tower over there that's gonna connect up this cliffside with this building, so there's gonna be like a bridge in this spot, which is gonna be super awesome when you like walk below it. That's the same reason why we built this bridge a long time ago, because it just looks so cool and feels so nice walking below it and above it. I think bridges, especially with areas where you focus on verticality, are extremely important, and we're gonna do basically the same thing. Get out of here, tall grass! I really need to like punch all of the tall grass here, because it's just blocking the view and it doesn't really look that good, does it? Yeah, anyway, this is probably where the bridge is gonna connect up to, so we'll be able to walk from this spot over there. And I'm also gonna add a chimney on the back in this spot, and I think that's gonna be it for this building. Well, I'd argue that this is definitely better than what we had before here a few hours back. Look at that little place, that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, okay, let's do a little tour so you guys can see how this thing looks. Also, I need to stop saying the word little, because I'm noticing I'm saying it way too much. So, Mariner's Respite is what I decided to call it. Lore-wise, I'm trying to do a little bit of lore for every building that we do, especially when it's related to like the Compendium or Spruce Town or the Outpost. So the idea is that this is kind of like the Coast Guard. We built that guard tower at the other coast over there. If that loads in, there we go. Yeah, we built that guard tower over there. And I kind of decided that I want to do something similar for this building. So this is kind of like a guard post, but also kind of like a respite for fishermen and that type of dealio that will usually, reside in this village. So let's do a quick walk around. You can see that we have the areas that jut out, done and dusted. They kind of look like this. We have some spare leathers on the outside, some spare chests, kind of just to fill up space. We built a little tower over there, the chimney over there. This place is looking way better. Also another sign saying Mariner's Respite with small gardens on the sides. I'm trying to get used to using more interesting blocks, and I think these furnaces here look pretty good for this build. Not too bad, not too bad. I also didn't change like the gradient on the original build basically at all. I kind of wanted to keep that. Kind of gives it a interesting vibe to this building at least. Because it's kind of like, these areas are kind of newly built, and they're actually newly built, while this rocky side of the building, like the andesite and cobblestone, this is actually physically older in age as well. So I think that's actually kind of cool that we have it like that. What else? Yeah, I think that's basically it for the outside. I guess I could show this area a little bit better. We have window over here, window over there, a small lamppost thingy, and this minecart. Yeah, minecart, sure, Bygl. And this boat with a chest is over here as well. I tried keeping the inside of this building simple, so it's nothing too extravagant, but I think it still works pretty well. So we have like this nook here. This is kind of like the comfort zone where you can reside with your fellow fishermen or something. a little campfire place as well with mangrove trapdoors, kind of just to round it out on the top there. Some bookshelves, more storage. If you don't know what to do with an empty corner, just put some barrels into there. It always works, always works. A painting. I tried a new table design. It's not as good as the other one that we've built a few times now, but it's still pretty goodish, pretty goodish. Let's go this way. This is one of the new nooks that we built, right? Like the extended rectangle. So I decided to put a staircase into it. That's how we get up now. Also a chest in the back with hidden lighting behind. So let's slowly go back up here. And this is the place where the fishermen would sleep. So we have some bunk beds again. Kind of trying to like do new designs every single time we do this, because I don't want to repeat the same stuff over and over again. Even though I just did, because I built the bunk beds in the last building. So yeah, probably shouldn't be repeating that much stuff. But still, yeah, some more storage and even more storage. And you have this ladder. You can also stay here. And you can look out this window if you please so. But we're gonna go all the way to the top where you see a very nice view of the surroundings. And I built this really cool bridge here. That was a huge voice crack, but we're gonna ignore it. Yeah, this cool bridge which doesn't connect up there, as I said. It was way easier to just do it in this way, kind of just in a straight line. And then we have like this tower base in this spot, and that's connecting up at the bridge, and then you can walk this way and you're here at our hut. Also, we have some lanterns hanging off of the bridge like that, which looks pretty cool as well, I think. And yeah, that is basically the build. Even though it doesn't have any like practical use, I think it's still really important to have some aesthetic only builds in your world as well, especially in a place that is called Spruce Town. And it consists of like 3 buildings. That's not really a town, is it? So we need to fill up this place with even more buildings like this. Currently, I'm kind of thinking of building like a lighthouse. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Maybe over here on this coast, or maybe on one of those islands as well, like this one, or there's one over there as well. So a lighthouse will probably definitely happen. Maybe also like a wizard tower could be cool. And we could definitely think of some like practical uses for all of these buildings as well. If you have any suggestions for this one, maybe we could fit in like a automatic fishing farm in the basement still. There is a way to get down, like if we make a staircase go down below there. The thing is, there's not really too much of a purpose to building a fishing farm now that they nerfed it so bad. But yeah, if you have any suggestions still for the build, feel free to let me know. I'm always happy to hear your guys' suggestions, and also if there's anything you would change about this build. But for the time being, that is sadly all of the time I have for this episode. I did want to build a few more things here in this dock area, but last, here we are, right? I'm also going to do just a little bit more cleaning up before the next episode. There are a few things that I'm just gonna take care of really quickly before we start filming the world tour. But yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!